Hey guys, this is Jason Lamb, and this is the second of 3 video updates that I'm posting in support of a blog I wrote about a week and a half ago now called What Students Need from Their Youth Leaders. And there were 3 primary points I made in that blog. Number 1, students need youth leaders who love God. Students then also need youth leaders who love them. That needs to be real, and our teens need to completely understand and believe in that. And then third, students need youth leaders who believe in them and who are going to come alongside and call them to this big mission that God has called us to. And more on that one will be coming up on the next video update. But really wanted to, just for a couple minutes, talk about this idea that students, what they need from us as youth leaders is they need to know that they are loved. They need to know that they matter in our lives, that we care for them. Kind of building off the passage last week I talked about with Jesus and Peter on the beach, and Jesus continually asks Peter, "Do you love me?" And when Peter says yes, his response is, feed my sheep, take care of my sheep, feed my lambs. And that's what Jesus Christ has called us to with our youth ministries, is if we love these teens, we need to feed them, take care of them, and we need to pour our lives into them. I was reminded of the verses in John 13, verses 34 and 35, and this is how it reads in the New Living Translation. "So now I am giving you a new commandment. Love each other. Just as I have loved you, you should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." And I read those verses and I can't help but think how true that is for these teenagers, that we have the opportunity to invest in and meet and represent the gospel, represent Jesus Christ. Is they're going to know that we are His disciples by the way that we love each other, the way that we love for the teens that are in our ministry. Teens need to know that. They need to experience that. I thought of several encounters in the Bible where you see somebody who just absolutely loves on a person who's lost and hurting and in need. I thought of Jesus and the woman at the well and how He loved on her and cared for her, and the life transformation that took place there. I thought about in Acts chapter 8 with Philip and the Ethiopian eunuch, and how Philip loved on him and met him where he was at and just talked to him, and the life transformation that took place there. And maybe an illustration that's a little bit closer to home for us as youth leaders, I was reminded of Paul and his relationship with Timothy and how he poured into this young believer who then was raised up to be a leader of the church. And teens need to know that we love them, just like is illustrated in those stories and just like is described in John 13. We need to love our teens. They need that so much from us in a world that abuses them, that spits them up and chews them out, that discounts them and discredits them, that doesn't believe in them. When we get to invest in them, or our adult leaders get to invest in them, these teens need to know that they're loved, that they're cared for. A good buddy of mine in youth ministry, we were talking about this last week, and the way he put it was teens just need consistency. They need to know that we're going to be there for them. They need that constant love from us. Oftentimes, and we all know this, we work with teens who don't even feel like their parents love them. So we've got to be there for them. We've got to be that constant for them. A mentor of mine once said, "Teens don't care how much you know until they know how much you care." And there's just a lot of truth in those words of wisdom, that we need to love on these teenagers, and when they know that, when they've got that in their lives, they're going to be so open to the gospel and what God is calling them to do in their lives. So I want to challenge all of us, even in the little things, or maybe it's a big thing this week. What is it that you can do to love on your teens? What is it maybe that there's one particular teenager that you need to pour a little bit more into this week and love on them, and let that be real in their lives? And again, I just want to leave you with the words of Jesus in John 13, verses 34, 35, and my hope and my prayer that this week these words would motivate you to do some awesome things in your youth ministry. John 13, 34 and 35. "So now I'm giving you a new commandment. Love each other. Just as I have loved you, you should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." Youth leaders, love these teenagers just as Christ has loved you. And I guarantee, I'm excited to hear about the life transformation that will come and take place in the lives of your teens as you love on them every day, that God has them in your care. God bless, guys.